A man stood on the subway platform, waiting for the train. Suddenly, a bone-chilling roar echoed from deep within the tunnel. People turned their heads toward the sound. As an unidentified creature drew closer, the track stones began to levitate inexplicably. The man seemed to sense something was wrong and prepared to flee, but it was already too late. The eyes of those who look directly at an unknown creature are the first to mutate. Without any panic, people silently moved forward. The man was gradually pushed toward the platform's edge by the crowded mass. The train blared its horn frantically, but instead of stopping, people continued walking with an eerie calmness. He desperately pushed against those around him, barely avoiding a collision. In an instant, the once-packed subway station was empty, with only George remaining. When he ran out to the street, chaos had already consumed the entire city. Frantic, he ran into a school, discovering the teacher dead on the podium. Terrified children huddled in a corner. George carefully comforted them, found his daughter, and escaped with her, shielding her eyes from the gruesome scene. He wrapped his coat tightly around her head. Soon, he reunited with his wife. Seeing his family safe brought her immense joy. But just as he was about to drive away, something changed. Within months, the entire city became a ghost town. People began ending their lives in increasingly brutal ways. Corpses littered the beaches, outnumbering the fish in the sea. It turned out these mysterious creatures could capture human minds. One glimpse was enough to drive a person mad, rendering them lifeless before choosing their method of suicide. Only a handful of survivors escaped underground, living like cockroaches and rats. But resource scarcity turned them savage, often fighting brutally over a single piece of bread. Desperate for survival, some risked venturing out, blindly feeling their way like the sightless. George and his daughter were among the lucky survivors, wearing glasses blackened with ink, standing uncertainly at a street corner. Suddenly, sounds in the distance, another group of survivors searching for supplies. They pushed a supermarket cart rigged with spools, trailing a long rope to prevent getting lost in this new, terrifying world. George softly comforted his daughter before quietly approaching the group. Starving for days, he begged for food. The lead, a heavy-set man, immediately refused. His companions urged him to keep moving. Survival left no room for charity. George understood the apocalyptic rules but, for his daughter's sake, quickly offered a trade: generators. He discovered several in a high-rise building, too heavy for one person to move. The group hesitated, desperately craving even the smallest light in their endless darkness. Just then, an evil wind began to blow. Everyone knew danger was imminent. They had to leave, now.